Good afternoon, everyone. This is Amrozish Mushtaq with yet another exciting episode of CxO Talk. We have today with us Mr. Umar Zia. He's fintech enthusiast and is associated with commercial banking for a period of around 19 years. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Umar Zia, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Walaikum salam.
I welcome you on the show, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir, I would like to know from you about your career journey so far as a banking enthusiast.
Basically, in this associated with this sector for about 19 years, looked after about consumer side, the commercial side, the corporate side. The last 4 years, I have been into transaction banking and seeing the digitalization of the how the transactions are done with the corporate sector and our aligned businesses. So pretty much seen everything from the front end of the banking.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, as you are also associated with fintech industry, I would like to know from you that what impact digital banks are creating in economy of Pakistan. Sir, can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir?
ओके जी एक्चुअली डिजिटल बैंक्स की जो पहली दफा पाकिस्तान के अंदर दे हैव बीन इशूड 5 लाइसेंसेस बैक इन जनवरी दिस ईयर विद द रोल ऑफ सॉरी
Welcome back, sir.
सर आई एम वेरी सॉरी कैन यू हियर मी नाउ
Yes, I can hear you perfectly fine, sir.
okay so you were asking about the impact of digital banks created in the will create in the market.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I was telling you that most important aspect is going to be, their ability to scale to the entire country at one point in time. Uh, there have been banks which took them about 5 years to expand their network to about 100 branches. But with the digital banks, their canvas is going to they can address the market from the very first get go. But you also have to understand that our economy is very cash intensive, so you cannot actually rule out the cash. You can be digital, but sometime or some point you need to be connected with the cash based transactions. So their initial dependence will be largely dependent on the local banks. Their payment side will be purely digital, but the collection side uh, will depend on what kind of the network partnerships they will build with the existing brick and mortar banks. So it's going to be very challenging. They can play a significant role in bringing the unbanked people. They can play a significant role in developing the underbanked market. So it's yet to come, but it's an exciting opportunity, and I think with the 240 million population country, it's going to be an exciting experiment, and we have learned as the economy, as a country, we have learned great deal of lessons how things have been done in Malaysia, in Indonesia, and specifically our neighboring country, India. India has done greatly in digital with the deployment of UPI. They have over 400 million users using UPI at the moment, which is 30% of
Right.
the population, but the market is huge. So it's exciting times, but impact is going to be great. I think it's going to make a difference how financial inclusion will shape up in the next few years.
Right, inshallah. So, what is the future of fintech in Pakistan?
Fintech, I always tell people that there's only one KPI, the key performance indicator, missing from the banks these days is the innovation. And with
Right,
fintechs, the only KPI fintechs have is innovation. So you will see a lot of innovation being driven from the fintechs. They will
right,
be partnering with the local banks to scale, because no kind of funding can give them the scale capability. So they have to partner and they have to leverage on the bank's balance sheets. So fintech is going to be the key driver where the innovation will be driven from.
Right, absolutely. So, I would like to know from you, how do you keep your work in such a leadership role?
Sorry, your voice got cut.
How do you keep your work-life balance?
Work life balance is, it's all in the mind. I think you need to cut off from work or from home when you come, and you should have ability to cut your thinking process at about 6 o'clock. uh, it is very important that you should give time to family members, and that once you divide the day, you will not be exhausted. Once you divide your time between the family and your work related. A lot of people that have come across, they are very work exhausted, but I think
Right,
they will exhaust themselves very soon. The work personal life balance is the only thing that can keep you going for a longer run. Life career is a marathon. You should not run it as a sprint race.
right, right. Thoughtful. So, what is leadership in your opinion?
I think leadership is defined by, putting knowledge to people. Don't develop your work through people, develop people through work. So this says it all,
Right,
that you have to develop people. That's where the leadership ends. The rest of it is just
right,
minor details. You have to, you don't have to think that how your work is being progressed. Once you develop people, you will see the byproduct, the main product of development is going to be your work. The companies, organizations, they benefit in a great deal, who give a very important attention to their human resource.
right, right. Absolutely. So, what is your one advice for young professionals and anyone who is listening to you to improve their lives and to improve themselves?
Uh, Three words: read, read, and read. It's not what you are; it's what you are destined to become, or what you become in the process. So, to become something in the process, reading is the only thing that can develop you very well. They can develop your thinking process, your creativity, your approach to life. One day everything ends, your all the titles associated with you can come to an end, but what you have become is a lifelong thing. And reading is the only way which you can leverage, to develop yourself. So one advice to everybody, be it in any profession: read. Because if you don't read, you're sitting in a room, the world has a very fast pace to change. So things are changing very rapidly, and to keep up with it, you have to keep your reading. So one word: you have to read as much as you can. So after a while, you start reading it, and your thirst for knowledge goes very high. It's a transition from being knowledgeable to being wise. So you have to be
Right.
knowledgeable before you become wise.
Very insightful. So, I would like to know from you about your favorite quote.
Favorite quote is basic. I believe that, if you want something you never had, you need to do something you never did. So if you want your tomorrow to be better than today, you have to do something different today to expect something different tomorrow. If your today is going to be very normal or ordinary, expect your tomorrow to be very ordinary as well. So I'm repeating it. If you want something you never had, you need to do something you never did. So do something, have different ingredients to have a different dish.
This is a beautiful one.
Thank you.
So, in your opinion, what is the utility of forums like CxO Global?
I think it is, so in social media, we have very famous platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and it has a very broad coverage of people. with the CxO, I think the forum is little, it's little narrow. It's more focused, and it gives you that platform to share your insights, to meet and interact with like-minded people. I think the success of the this platform will be largely dependent on how much quality will be kept in a long term, or in a process to scale. So when you lose quality, the forums will become ineffective. So far, I found it that the quality has been maintained. So my one was a word of suggestion is that please ensure the quality is maintained in order to this forum to be very effective.
Thank you so much for your generous remarks and very useful suggestion. I hope we comply by it in future. Thank you so much for your valuable time today, Zia. That was wonderful having you on the
Thank you
show
very
and
much.
insightful discussion. I
बहुत
hope our
शुक्रिया
audience
जी.
a lot. Thank you so much, everyone who is with us today at the show. Keep following us. You can follow us on www.cxo.global. I'll catch you with more shows. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.